So you ever had that time when you were looking at a girl or looking at a guy and you were like, man, they are so hot, and you start thinking about all the things you would be like if you were together and your mind starts going crazy. Well, this is basically the same thing, but with a chart on Arweave. Arweave has been absolutely dominating, guys, absolutely killing it. And I've been talking about it the last couple of videos just because of how good it has separated itself from the pack. I've been talking about out of all the altcoins, Arweave looked the best. Is it the best performing? No, there's a lot of cryptos that do 200% in a day, then crash. But in terms of its risk to reward ratio, how reliable I've been able to tell it, that's what really stood out to me the most. So let's just examine Arweave and let's look at it bar by bar, and then you will start to see how it develops. If you're familiar with my channel, you know I don't use a lot of indicators. I don't use RSIs, MACDs, stochastics, things like that. All of these mathematical formulas that are embedded into these oscillators that give you a overbought or oversold boundary do not work with finance at all, but they sure as hell do not work much when it comes to altcoins. It works even worse with altcoins. And that is because all of these oscillators, all these indicators, they're all built on overbought, oversold. But because cryptos and altcoins are so volatile, that a crypto can easily go down 5, 10, 15, 20% in a day, and vice versa, right? It can go up 10, 15, 20% in a day. So what happens to these oscillators or these indicators that are telling you overbought or oversold, they start spazzing out like crazy. They start end up going 70, 80, overbought, oversold so quickly. And you can really lose a lot of gains just by selling out too early, just because the indicator told you to. Remember, these indicators are not very good to begin with. Financial data is by far and away the most difficult thing to forecast, no matter what kind of mathematical equation you're working with. It might work some of the time, but a lot of the time it's just too random. If I told you what's going to be the Google stock price in 3 months' time from now, you wouldn't know, right? No one would know. So it's not so much about using oscillators and seeing what's going to happen. You have to really look at a chart, big picture. So all the information is there, right? That's why I go with the Wyckoff and Gann analysis tools and the methodologies that they used from way back then, because they had tremendous success in the stock market back in the days, and they didn't have oscillators. And the same principles still apply here, because it's still smart money, just like it was back then. It's still support and resistance, just like then, and it's still volume that's coming through. So let's examine Arweave and have a really close look. Now, remember when I spoke about Arweave, the bar that surprised me the most was the 13th of July. 13th of July was the big day that I was talking about on my channel when I spoke about how big of a day that was going to be on Bitcoin's price. Someone tried to dump the market with Bitcoin, but it got bought back up immediately. Within like the first 10 hours, it got eroded and it was time for higher highs. Smart money still has money, guys. Smart money is not going away. There is still a lot of money people have that are accumulating crypto right now, but we don't know what they're accumulating until it starts to develop in a chart. That's what I try to do with volume analysis. On the 13th of July, we saw a big chunky spread, right? Arweave went 17% up in the day. And again, if you watch my previous videos, you know how much I talked about other cryptos that didn't do much. Something like Veracity only went up by like less than 1%. Cardano, from memory, went up about less than 5% in the day. So you're seeing the 13th of July, Bitcoin got supported, ETH got supported, and some altcoins did, but not all altcoins got the same level of support. That's the key question here that you have to ask yourself. Which questions got the most support? And Arweave got the best support that I was able to see out of it all. Low open, extremely high close on very big volume. The white line you're seeing on the volume is a 30-day moving average of the volume. So you're seeing this thing had above average volume on the 13th of July. Then it's very crucial that for this to actually validate itself, it can't break that breakout region. So it can't break that roughly $11 mark. It doesn't. It comes down and tests it barely shortly on the 14th of July before once again getting above average volume and closing high on the bar. Now, this is the really best bar in the whole chart. This bar here, 15th of July. 15th of July showed that this was the test, right? Everyone talks about, oh, a crypto can come back and test support on the trend line and things like that. It can. But in the next day, you're also seeing that it only went down 2% within the whole day on under average volume. If you have a look at one of the books I'm reading here, you can see that this is one of the books I'm reading here. This is by Tom Williams, The Undeclared Secrets of That Drive the Stock Market. It's a very old book, and you can't really buy it, unfortunately, so I'm just reading it online. So what basically it says here is that volume C, this is this bar here. You can see volume C, and it basically says point C, this is the confirmation that you are now going to have higher prices down on the low volume. No selling after you have seen that push up and through the resistance area. Markets work on supply and demand. There is no supply, hence the market is going up. So very similar to Arweave, right? We had the breakout, we had another breakout, and we had a very low selling on our part C. So you're seeing very low volume, very low selling. So again, pay attention to the volume bar at the below. You can see it's under the 30-day moving average. If we have a look, we had the same thing. We had a breakout, and there's your test on the 15th of July. Then confirming the selling, we have the next day on the 16th of July, and once again, we get a low open and a very high close during the weekend. General rules say on the weekend, if you see a breakout either to the upside or the downside on a weekend, that trend is most likely going to continue and grow in strength continuing during the following week. So that would be next week. Hence, that's why I'm doing this video, because Arweave looks like it has a lot of mileage left in it. Now, I don't know how high this thing can go. It's very, very tough to forecast, but some major resistance areas will be probably around that $19, call it $20 mark roughly here. That will definitely be a point of resistance because that's when the market really peaked, jumped up before coming back down. And you can see some tops here that came out in about early May roughly. So that gives you about a 26% increase in price from where it is now. Certainly possible to break it and start going to maybe the $27 mark, but we have to take it and see how things go. No, I definitely do not think that we are on for the next bull run. This is not the next bull run, most likely. I mean, it might be, but we have to see Bitcoin really go crazy and start to really break those tough resistance areas. I just don't think we're getting that in 2022, unfortunately. But it's still a trader's market, right? That's why I'm doing these videos, because I'm like, okay, this looks good. I'll take my 20%. I'll take my 30%. Thank you very much. I'll pocket that. No worries. I'll take it. I don't get to be the one that dictates how much it goes up or down. I just follow the market and I let the market do its thing for me. Now let's have a look at Arweave against Ethereum value just to see how well it's. So it's been a while since I showed this website, but for the new viewers out there, this is Coin Codex. I go on this website and I ping all these values to the BTC or Ethereum value. Generally, I prefer to put it on its Ethereum value, so we'll just do that right now. I only put it to Bitcoin if Bitcoin is definitely leading the market. So in a bear market, I'll use Bitcoin. In a bull market, I'll do Ethereum, because typically Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin, generally speaking. So you can see everything's pinged to the Ethereum value. And what this helps me do is analyze which cryptos are doing the best against its ETH value. And you will be surprised at how many cryptos can't hold a candle to ETH long term. So you'll see a lot of cryptos in the red bleeding out to ETH. And that's really the key problem. So you'll always see something like Chainlink always bleeds against ETH, generally speaking, always. So just invest into ETH. So let's have a look at Arweave and see where we are. If we have a look at Arweave, Arweave should be around 82. There it is. And you can see it's done pretty well against Ethereum. Again, not long-term, it's been able to outperform it too much. But this is a crypto that's in the top 100 now, underperforming to Ethereum by about 3% in the last 24 hours. In the last 7 days, outperforming Ethereum by 18%, 1 month outperforming Ethereum by 45%. So you want to start looking at the 3 short-term timeframes for a trading opportunity. If it's outperforming ETH on the 6 year-to-date and 1 year mark, then these might be some coins that you might want to hold on longer, because it's outperformed ETH, generally speaking, in a longer-term time frame. But just be aware that these are just probabilities. It's not to say it always will be like that. So you can see something like Kusama always bleeded out to ETH. You would have been much better off just holding ETH and then holding Kusama. But say Kusama starts to turn in its earlier time frames, you might say, okay, I'll sell some ETH, go on Kusama, and then I'll start to maybe take some profits when I see the chart breaking down. So speaking of the chart, let's go back to the charts and see a bit more of Arweave and the crypto market as a whole. So going back to Arweave, those are my areas of support and resistance. Resistance, not about that 1975 mark, definitely will be some at about the $27 mark. Really, I mean, you can really just have a look, and I mean, all of this area will basically major resistance between that $19 to $28 mark. So we'll see how it goes. But like I said, just move your stop losses up and let the market dictate what it's going to do for you. Let's have a look at some things that are concerning me a little bit in the crypto market, and that is USDT. USDT, you know how much I talk about USDT on this channel. Money can flow into crypto in 3 main areas. It can flow into Bitcoin, it can go into stable coins, or it can go to alts. Those are generally the 3 avenues crypto can flow into. So if USDT is up, you can almost guarantee that altcoins will be down. If Bitcoin dominance is up, altcoins can still go up. It just means more money is flowing into Bitcoin. That doesn't necessarily mean altcoins will be down. That's why I love to look at the stable coin chart. And we managed to find support at the 6.93 support area again on the 26th of June. And then again, that was our breakout bar on the 13th of July, where USDT went up by market dominance by 14% in 1 day. I still can't believe that. So those are the areas of support for USDT. It's a very, very significant area of support for USDT. So you can see I've written it in red, major support area at 6.93%. Where are we right now? We're at 6.89. So we're slowly actually breaking through this major area of support for USDT. So should we drop down from these levels, we can really start going down anywhere between that 6.63 mark to about that 5.7 mark. Potentially anywhere there. We don't know. The market will let us know as we go on, but you can definitely see that not a lot of support comes into this area until May. So you will see that should this level break, alts can really start going on a run, which is what we're seeing. If we have a look at total market cap 1, which includes all cryptocurrencies, you can see we have a bit of a triple top playing out. So we had the one there from the 26th of June. We had the second double top on the 8th of July, and then we had the third top in the 16th of July, which was just yesterday. Now we're hovering around this area, which is fantastic to see. So if we keep hovering around that area, it's probably going to break through. So we're attempting a 4th time. What's the golden rule, the Gann rules? 4th time and up, it means that we're probably going to break through it. So we're going to probably break through this swing top in the coming days, which is very, very good news, because that means all of crypto is starting to go to that $1 billion or that $1 trillion mark, I should say, and we can start making our way to higher highs. The good thing is there's not a lot of resistance from here up until the next area of resistance, which would be somewhere between those areas, 1.16 trillion and 1.32 trillion. Like I said, we have to take it how it goes and see how it develops. Give it time, let the market show you what it's doing. We still live in uncertain times, unfortunately, so it's very tough to call these things as we go on. You can see total market cap 2, which includes all cryptocurrencies except for Bitcoin. You can see another triple top playing out. So there's your top from the 26th of June, another top coming basically on the 6th of July, and now we're hitting it again at around that 5.46 billion mark. So we'll have to see. Next area comes. Next area that we've got to smash through is anywhere between the $600 billion mark and $660 billion mark. So look for that area, that range, to be a area of resistance going up. But we're hovering around there, guys. We're not coming back down and being heavily rejected. Maybe we do tomorrow. We don't know. We have to see how it goes. But it's looking good. Probabilistically, it's looking good. Let's have a look at total market cap 3. Total market cap 3 looks like a double top's going to play out. So you can see how much Bitcoin and ETH are really helping the alts, because when you take them off a chart, you can see how much lower they are. And you can see there's your top that came in on the 26th of June at around that $394 billion mark. Now we're going to go up. We're going to attempt another double top. We'll see if we can break it on the second time. Probably give it, say, about 3 to 5 days, and then that will tell you if we're going to break through it or not. I think we will get rejected, probably hover, and then we'll go through. But we have to see how much. Again, very similar to Bitcoin and ETH. Major resistance areas. There's your range, anywhere between 400 billion to 450 billion, call it. We'll have to see how it goes through. That's going to do it for this video. Again, Arweave looks like a true killer. I absolutely love it. It's doing fantastic at the moment. There are not a lot of people selling this crypto, which has me very bullish on this coin. Short term. I wouldn't be holding this thing long term. If the bull market were to start, then you'd want to hold on to Arweave and just see where it goes. But because we're still not technically in a bull market, we're still in a bear market, we're just having a bit of a relief rally. Just be mindful and take your profits. Like I said, this isn't the time for 50x gains, 30x gains. It might be, but we have to wait for it to unfold and reveal itself. But for the time being, this is still a trader's market, still short term, couple days, couple weeks at most. But Arweave looks like an absolute gem of a coin. And definitely keep this one on your watch list, guys, because I think it's going to do a very good job very soon. If you like that video, hit this like button, smash the subscribe button, leave a comment down below if you want me to review a cryptocurrency. I know I said I'll talk about XRP, but I'm probably going to hold off for that one because the next video I'm going to do is Matic, because that one looks really good too. But until then, everyone, stay safe out there, and I will catch you on the next video.